Every time you go online, it seems another person uploads a video saying how disappointed they are with the Nintendo Switch Online service. And frankly, I've been in that camp as well, posting that it could be better, it could be this, it could be that, and frankly, no one's really giving a good step forward when it comes to what they should or could do. However, that is why I have created a 6-point perfect proposal that I have sent directly to the head of Nintendo Switch Online. Well, technically, I sent it to his personal assistant's secretary's twice removed cousin's former roommate. But anyway, I guarantee you it's gonna get in the hands of Nintendo, and this is gonna be the solution to all of our problems. Good morning, you glorious gamers, Garbs here. Thank you for stopping by, and if you haven't already, super smash that subscribe button, and if you like the video, yay, give it a thumbs up. And if you dislike the video, that's fine too, give it a thumbs down. But let's jump right into it on exactly how we are gonna fix and implement it today, this 6-step perfect proposal, assuming that Nintendo gets this and then they hire me and then we do it all and it's gonna be perfect. Anyway, here we go. The first thing we need to do is have scheduled releases. Now, we all know that Nintendo just released Paper Mario, then Banjo-Kazooie, and then all of a sudden they stealth dropped a whole bunch of games for the Sega Genesis. Now, hey, that's great and all, but it's not consistent. Whereas the Xbox and the PlayStation, they have scheduled times when they release it. A window that we know we're getting a handful of games. And you know what? Xbox does about, 10 to 12 per month? And I wanna see that from Nintendo, announcing 10 to 15 games, maybe one from N64, a handful from Super Nintendo, and then a couple more for the NES. And that would make everyone so much happier, so then we know exactly when we're getting new games and they keep pumping them out to fill out the library. Now, number 2 that I really want to see is going to be game trials. They have so many first-party games coming out this year. We've got Kirby coming out, we've got the new Pokemon Arceus, we have Splatoon, we also have Bayonetta 3 they want to have come out, all the stealth drops that they're going to do, because let's get real, it's Nintendo, and of course Breath of the Wild 2. Now, I want to see when you have a membership and a subscription to the Nintendo Online service that we get a free trial. We get to test this game before it comes out for a week or two and get to decide for ourselves if we're going to buy it. That alone would make so much more sense, and people would buy this service probably because of that. It's just a great, hey fans, we care about you, we care about our games, give it a shot before you purchase. And that is the second thing that absolutely needs to happen in this proposal. Now, the third thing everyone's talked about, and that's the Game Boy. We obviously need to release more consoles to the system, and the Game Boy makes the perfect sense. Now, when I say Game Boy, I'm saying the original Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance. Now, the beauty is these games are not that big, but there's a ton of titles that we get, like Wario Land, we got some Donkey Kong games on there too, and those games alone make this worth it, not including the fact that we have all the Pokemon games as well. And if you're thinking about GameCube, I think they're gonna hold that. One, it's a lot more difficult to do. They're probably gonna put that in a third tier category, which makes sense. Now, number 4 is gonna be the same concept as Fighter Pass. Now, Fighter Pass to me is not a DLC, it was too small. So I wanna implement a similar thing that comes out maybe once every quarter for 2 years, and I wanna do it for Mario Party Superstar. So I wanna call it the Board Pass. And what this will do is it will download you a new board for Mario Party to keep the longevity of that game going. It's the perfect title for it, but if you guarantee, hey, in this board pass, you get a new board, 2 new characters, and maybe on the halfway point, you'll get a new game mode. People would buy the service, but they would also buy the game itself. So you're really making revenue go crazy. And this is another thing that we absolutely need to implement with the Nintendo Online service. Now, because we just talked about DLC, let's say that number 5 is gonna be DLC, but I wanna implement it a little differently. I'm gonna suggest that we get 1 to 2 DLCs of our choice. Now, the beauty with this is there's so many games that could involve DLCs coming up in this year, next year, and even probably the following year, that hey, it would be awesome if we got, with our subscription service, that we could pick and choose which DLCs we want. So if we were into Animal Crossing, hey, use it on Animal Crossing. If you're into Splatoon 3, hey, use it for Splatoon 3. You get to pick and choose depending on what game you get. If you bought the newest expansion pack and you didn't play Animal Crossing, a big selling feature was, hey, you get for free the Animal Crossing DLC. But if you're not into it, it's kind of useless. That's why I'm saying we get to pick and choose what DLC we get to obtain. finally, the number 6, the most important one, is I want to see exclusive content. Nintendo, it's a business, they want to make more money. Then let's launch things, collectibles that people would spend money on. And people like me who love to collect would love nothing more than an exclusive controller. And yes, technically they kind of sort of do that, but I want to see more. Joy-Cons, for example. Let's do Joy-Cons. Let's do some amiibo, like I said. Maybe even some Game & Watches that you could only get if you were part of the service. And it would be really cool as well, just spitballing here, is if in the packaging it actually wrote down your member number. Now to me, that little bit of personalization, that would make all the difference. Anyway guys, those are my ideas. Those are the proposals I have set in to Nintendo, and I'm guaranteeing it's gonna happen tomorrow, next Tuesday 30. It probably won't happen, but if they see this and they get inspired, these are the best ideas I have. Let me know what you guys think down below, and as always, stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll see you online.